Hello viewers, welcome to Core for Any. If you are new, hit subscribe buttons and notification bell so you can never miss any our incredible content. Flutter block state management inside need to create here the use inside the qubits, how to write qubits class and need to check here. First of all need to explain how to work the qubits. We need to go inside here and need to search the block and now need to go here and need to explain in details. Now need to codes with the cubic, need to set here cubic inside. Need to first of all create here UI to fire here the functions and need to qubit fire the data request and data request get server response converts into the states. Need to get this like the work in the qubits and same as the difference between the cubics and block inside need to use here the event and use the event class. Now this is qubit inside only two major parts need to create here the qubit class and the qubit states need to develop here. Let's start how to write inside the codes. We need to check here one by one and we need to find out here the one JSON dummy JSONs. Inside we need to get here the dummy APIs. We need to call for the data sets. We need to use here. First of all we need to use here the this user data API we need to use and we need to convert this data inside the models. Need to copy here and need to paste this here the data and to write down here the user models, automatically generate the user models data here created. Now need to copy these codes and need to set this here. Go inside the models folders and need to create here the new files and need to write down here the user models. Need to give here dots need to create here. Let's need to paste this codes here and to set this data here to automatically set this value here. And now need to write down here. First of all so need to create here the buttons parts need to develop to go inside the home view and to write down here the another buttons need to create here. Need to convert into the columns. Remove these widgets and now need to convert into columns and need to set here the main axis size with the center. Now need to set this here. Write down here the row. Get the main axis alignments need to set here the center. Now this is the item list buttons and now need to create another buttons need to develop here. Need to copy this here and to set this here and to comment this code. Now it's write down here the user list. This user list need to use here the qubit to create here data. Now need to create here the new view. Write down here the new folders. Need to create here the users and to write down here the new files. User view dots need to create here. Now need to create here the stateful widgets to write down here the users view. And first of all need to import here the material dependency and now need to create here the scaffold and to write down here the f bars. Need to write down here the f bars and set titles text give here the users and to set here the styles. Write down here the text styles. Need to set this here the font weight and to font size to set here the font weight. Bold we need to set here and now need to create here the body and to write down here the list view builder set here the context. Set here the text. Set this here. And now need to set here the value. Need to set here the item count. To set here the pie. And now need to return this here the containers. And now need to create here row. Write down your semicolons. Now need to set here the padding. Edges insert. Need to set here the symmetric. Verticals need to give here the 15s, and horizontals need to set here the 20. Now need to set here the one title. Give here the username. Now need to set here the pics, and to set here styles, we need to copy the styles logic, paste this here, set here the constant warning here, and styles. And now need to set this here, and we need to configure this UI inside the home view, and to uncomment this course home view. And now need to save, and need to check this UI working goods or not. Now this is the display goods here, and need to create here the box decoration. Need to create first of all, and to check here the models which need display with the model inside the emails or not. So need to check here. Now need to use here the emails. Now need to go set the user to write down here the now need to copy this here. Suppose we convert into row columns. This here and set here the, and now need to set here the regulars. Set here the font size. We need to set here, and now need to set here the cross axis alignment. Set is up. Now need to create here the decorations. Add down the box decorations. Set here the colors. Need to set color white. Then after need to create here the border radius. Circular set here the pie, and now need to give here the box shadow. Const value array inside to write down here box shadow, and to set here the colors. Use here the colors else, and now need to set here the color. Yes, need to set here. Now need to set this here. Now need to check. Okay. And now need to set here the paddings and margins. Need to set here. Const edges insert. Also need to give here the 15s. Now need to set here the margins. This insert symmetric verticals. Need to give here the 4s. Now need to save these here and to display this goods here. Now this UI are the created done, and now need to create here the user cubits. Need to develop here. Now need to create here the Go library and to write down here the select the new qubits and need to write down here the user. And here create here user qubit at the create inside need to create here the qubit class and user states need to develop here. First of all need to this is the initial state means the loadings. Second need to create here the loading state. Remove this here nodes here. Now need to paste and to set this here and need to create here the loaded state and error states need to and here. Now need to create here the first of all finals. Need to set here the models. Need to go the user models. Need to use these user models here. Now need to go inside here states, give here models user object. Now need to set here and to create here the constructor. To import first of all this user model here and to create here constructors that here the const. Now need to give here the override methods. Need to copy here so I have to give this property here. Here now set this here, save, and now need to create here the final user string and give here the error msg. Now need to here and to create here the constructors, set here the const value. And now need to copy this override methods and to paste this here, and now need to set this message here. Now need to set this here and to go inside the qubits need to set here the initial states, need to set here the loading state, and now need to create here the functions. So need to write down here the functions blocks inside. Need to create here the call on events. Need to call here, need to check here block inside need to call the events here. No events functions need to write here, so need to directly call, set this here. Now need to this is blocks and need to call here the on events. This is the on events to trigger this data. Now need to create here the cubic. Inside need to write down here the our methods. Write down void data load functions, set this here. Now need to write down here the try catch, set here, and we need to first of all the start and we need to emit the user loading states, need to give years and fire years. And if you get here any errors, write down here the emits user errors, write down here the states, need to define years, give here string, done this here. Now need to save this here. Okay, first of all, need to needs here for it users loaded states, and we to needs here the user models. We need to first of all create here the repo. We need to create first of all the repo. We need to copy this repo here and to create here the new files. Write down here the user repo dot charts. Paste this here and to rename this here user repo. Need to set here and to remove this here and to set here the user model. Need to import here these models and need to call these methods inside into go the user models. Need to call these methods here. Copy these here. Now need to go inside here the repo to set this here. Put this value and to remove these models here and to set here the URLs. Now need to go here and to this dummy users, and now need to paste this here. Save this, and this are repo are the done. Need to assign this repo inside the user cubes. Need to create here the final user repo. Write down here find it and to import this user repo here. And now need to define here the methods. Final parameters, and now need to use this repo here and to get this data. Suppose data is equal to false here the user repo. Let's need to first of all change this name here. Get here the user. Save this here to use these functions inside the cubic. Now need to call this here and to write down here the cubic state. Synchronize and to pass this data here. Set, and this class are the cubic class. We need to develop done with the user states. Now need to go back here to this UI, no needs, and let's see. And first of all, we need to give here the multiple repository. First of all, need to convert into the multiple repo. Need to set this here. Set this block right here. Not into the multi-repository providers. Need to convert, and now need to set here the user repo, because we need to use here the multiples repo. That's why I need here the multiples. Need to get this here, and same as we need to create here the block providers. We need to convert into the multiples block providers, and to write down here the we need to set user cubics. We need to use here because this is the same as the blocks, and now need to pass here the user repo object. Need to use this here and to use these providers. Now need to save this here. Now need to get this repo providers and calls inside the user models. Need to use here the user view, and to first of all need to initialize and to call these functions. Write down here it states and now need to get here the context. Need to read here context dot read and to write down say big cubics. Need to get this here and to calls here the get data loads. Need to fire these functions to calls events. Need to write down here and need here the first of all the get here the builders. Need to develop here get here and now need to set here the cubic the cube. Now need to set this here and now need to write down here the states. Need to verify here which states need to set here. Now need to check here state is the user loading states and need to return here the circulars progress bar adaptive. Need to set this here and to return here and to set here the const value. Now need to check another states. Need to else if set here and check the state is the user loaded states, then we to returns here the this logic here to give it the builders class. Now and to pass here the counts need here state use here the user object dot user dot length into years and mark set here and to first of all the if you not gets any states then we to pass here and containers and now first of all we need to get here the data here object is equal to gets here the state this object here get here the indexed that is a map optionals here now need to check the containers not equal and we to pass here the containers GUI. Otherwise you need to blank containers you need to returns here. This is the logic here and now need to use this user object here and to pass this value as a username to write down here the first name use this here the first name now need to create again set here the last name to set this here set down const value. Now need to set this here and same as we need to pass here the email address here Now need to save these years and to set here const value here. And one other widgets and expanded, set here expanded, and now need to create here the image or give it the width space, set here the const value. Now need to copy inside the view models, need to copy this sketch image, controls here, the object, set this here, and need to get here format. Write down here the border radius, circulars into that here the 35. Now need to save this here, set this here. Okay, now need to another states need to set here. Else ifs need to set this here. The state is user error state. Then need to give here the return here the const child's text. Write down here the state dot error message to write down here the semicolons with this const value. Now need to set this here and to configure here the dones. Here mostly some user are the use the Cubit to code this block state management, and some user are the use here the lengthy methods, use here the blocks to manage the state management. Cubit is the easy because we need to write down here the custom on functions. We need to write down here, no need to write here the events, to directly call the functions. That's why I need to, most people are used the Cubits. Some logic are the use, some methods are used inside the events. Let's first of all also need to run this app inside the simulators, check working or not. Open the user and to get this here the response here, load this data, but we need to with here the circulars, need to fix this and to get here the center with this const here and set here the, now need to set here. Now need, these are the user display here the goods, no any issue, working goods. And now need to create here the errors and to show how to display here the errors. Need to go inside the repo, user repo, and to change this URL. Write down random here. Now to go back, false against, call this API and to get here the patching no data gets here response this to fire this response, because we need to get here the 404 errors. Now need to fix, save here. Now need to go back. Again, so need to load this data here, get this response. Now display this good with the goods. And if you like this video, please give the thumbs up. If you're new user, so please subscribe my channels and press the notification bell icon. You can get every new video and notification awesome contents. If you have any question, so please write down in the comment section. I will help you and sort out your issue. And everyone have a nice day. Goodbye and take care.